The vast darkness of space stretched endlessly around the research vessel horizon, its sleek metallic hull cutting through the infinite black like a silver knife. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood at the bridge's observation window, her dark eyes scanning the endless star-studded void. At 38, she was a veteran xenobiologist with 15 years of deep space research under her belt, but something about this mission felt different. The ship's quantum sensors had been picking up strange energy signatures for the past 72 hours. Unlike the typical background radiation or electromagnetic noise, these readings were precise, almost deliberate. Elena's intuition, honed by years of exploration, told her they were on the brink of something extraordinary. Dr. Rodriguez called out Lieutenant Marcus Chen from the sensor station. We're detecting an anomalous energy pattern at coordinates 14, delta, 9. It doesn't match any known stellar or artificial signatures in our database. Elena approached the holographic display, her fingers dancing across the translucent interface. The energy pattern was unlike anything she'd ever seen, a complex, pulsating network of quantum entanglements that seemed to breathe with an almost organic rhythm. Maintain our current trajectory, she instructed, her voice calm but filled with an underlying excitement. And prepare for potential first contact protocols. The Horizon was no ordinary research vessel. Equipped with the most advanced communication and defensive systems humanity had developed, it represented the pinnacle of exploratory technology. Its quantum shielding could withstand extreme environmental conditions, and its AI-powered translation systems could potentially decode even the most complex alien communication methods. Suddenly, the ship's entire system flickered. The lights dimmed, and for a split second, Elena felt a presence that was neither technological nor completely biological. It was as if something was reaching out, probing, trying to establish contact. "Marcus, are you seeing this?" Elena whispered, her scientific detachment momentarily replaced by pure wonder. Before Marcus could respond, a massive energy signature erupted on the main screen. But it wasn't an attack. Instead, it appeared to be a distress signal, complex, fragmented, but unmistakably a call for help. The signal originated from a ship, no, a massive structure that seemed to be disintegrating. Its design was utterly alien, organic curves that somehow merged with metallic components, creating a hybrid technology that defied human understanding. "Transmission incoming," Marcus announced, his voice tight with tension. On the screen, a being appeared. Humanoid, yet distinctly non-human. Its body seemed to shimmer between solid and translucent states, with bioluminescent patterns running across its skin like living circuitry. Multiple eyes, not 2, but 6, were arranged in a symmetrical pattern, each a different color and seemingly capable of independent movement. Elena leaned forward, her heart racing. First contact scenarios had been drilled into her during years of training, but nothing could prepare her for this moment. The alien's mouth, if it could be called that, didn't move in any recognizable way. Yet, somehow, a communication formed in Elena's mind. Not words, exactly, but a complex tapestry of emotions, mathematical concepts, and desperate urgency. "We are dying," the communication conveyed. "Our civilization stands at the brink of extinction. Can you help?" Elena exchanged a quick glance with Marcus. This was more than a scientific discovery. This was a potential turning point for humanity's understanding of life in the universe. "Identify yourself," Elena responded, activating the ship's advanced translation protocols. "We are humans from Earth, prepared to listen and understand." The alien's form seemed to pulse with a mixture of hope and desperation. Its communication grew more coherent, revealing fragments of a story that would challenge everything humanity knew about life, survival, and interspecies cooperation. Little did Elena know that this unexpected encounter would mark the beginning of humanity's most incredible journey of discovery, a mission that would test the very limits of human compassion, ingenuity, and the fundamental spirit of exploration. The Horizon hung in space, a beacon of human potential, ready to bridge the gap between two civilizations on the precipice of a profound transformation. The next several hours were a blur of intense communication and scientific discovery. The alien being, who communicated through a complex quantum and neural interface that the Horizon's AI was barely managing to translate, revealed the dire circumstances of their civilization. They called themselves the Xylorians, a race of biotechnological entities whose entire existence was built upon a delicate symbiosis between organic life and advanced quantum computing. But something was destroying them from within, a cascading systemic failure that was causing their biological matrix to break down at an exponential rate. "Our quantum resonance is collapsing," the lead Xylorian communicator explained, its multiple eyes shifting in a hypnotic pattern that seemed to reflect its internal distress. "Each moment brings us closer to total extinction." Elena Rodriguez recognized something profound in their communication. This wasn't just a plea for help, but a complex mathematical cry for understanding. The Xylorians weren't simply asking to be saved, they were offering humanity a window into a completely different form of existence. Lieutenant Marcus Chen worked frantically at the communication station, interfacing with the Horizon's most advanced translation algorithms. "Dar. Rodriguez," he called out, "their biological structure is unlike anything in our databases. It's more like a living quantum computer than a traditional organic life form." Elena's mind was racing. Her specialty in xenobiology had prepared her for unusual life forms, but the Xylorians were pushing the boundaries of everything she understood about life itself. Their bodies were living networks, with information flowing through them like blood through human veins, but infinitely more complex. "We need to understand the root of their systemic failure," Elena muttered, pulling up holographic displays that attempted to map the Xylorians' biological structure. "It's not just a disease or a breakdown, it's a fundamental disruption of their entire existential framework." As she worked, Elena discovered something extraordinary. The Xylorians' quantum matrix was incredibly sensitive to external informational patterns. Their entire civilization was essentially a massive, living information network that could be disrupted by the slightest interference. "It's like their entire species is one massive, interconnected neural network," she explained to Marcus. "And something is causing catastrophic interference in that network." The breakthrough came unexpectedly. Elena's background in both xenobiology and quantum computing gave her a unique perspective. She realized that the Xylorian systemic failure wasn't just a biological problem, it was an informational one. Using the Horizon's advanced quantum communication array, Elena began to construct a complex mathematical model. She was essentially creating a healing algorithm, a precise set of quantum information patterns that could potentially stabilize the Xylorians' collapsing biological network. "We're going to need to transmit this directly into their quantum matrix," she told Marcus. "It's like performing surgery, but with information instead of physical instruments." The risk was immense. One wrong calculation could potentially destroy what remained of the Xylorian civilization. But Elena knew they had no other choice. As the quantum transmission began, the Horizon systems strained under the unprecedented computational load. The ship's AI worked at maximum capacity, helping Elena fine-tune the healing algorithm in real time. For several tense minutes, nothing happened. The alien ship remained motionless, its bioluminescent surfaces flickering weakly. Then, suddenly, a pulse of energy so intense that it momentarily blinded the Horizon sensors swept through space. When the sensors cleared, something miraculous had occurred. The Xylorian ship's quantum matrix was stabilizing. The cascading systemic failure was slowing, then stopping, then gradually beginning to repair itself. "It worked," Marcus whispered in disbelief. The lead Xylorian communicator's consciousness reached out, this time with something Elena had not expected, profound gratitude, but also a sense of wonder. Humanity had not just saved them. They had demonstrated a level of innovative problem-solving that the Xylorians had never imagined possible. "You did not just heal us," the communication came, rich with emotion and complexity. You showed us a new way of understanding survival. Elena Rodriguez looked out at the slowly healing alien ship, understanding that they had just taken the first step toward something far greater than a simple rescue mission. This was the beginning of a relationship that would change both species forever. The Horizon hung in space, a testament to human ingenuity, having just performed what could only be described as an informational miracle. In the days following the miraculous healing, the Horizon became a bridge between two entirely different civilizations. The Xylorian's ship, once on the brink of total collapse, now pulsed with renewed energy, its bioluminescent surfaces creating a mesmerizing light show against the backdrop of deep space. Dr. Elena Rodriguez worked tirelessly with the Xylorian representatives, learning that their near extinction was part of a much larger environmental challenge. Their civilization depended on a rare quantum reactive energy source found only in a rapidly destabilizing region of space. The same complex ecosystem that had sustained them for millennia was now becoming their greatest threat. Our entire civilization is a delicate ecosystem, explained Zorax, the primary Xylorian communicator. Its multiple eyes shifted in a pattern that Elena had learned represented deep contemplation. We are not just a species. We are a living, breathing network of information and energy. Elena realized that traditional human approaches to environmental conservation would be useless. The Xylorians needed something far more nuanced, a solution that addressed their unique quantum biological nature. Lieutenant Marcus Chen worked alongside Elena, helping to develop a comprehensive analysis of the Xylorians' habitat. Using the Horizon's advanced sensor arrays, they mapped the intricate energy signatures that sustained the alien civilization. It's like they're not just living in an ecosystem, Marcus observed, they are the ecosystem. The breakthrough came from an unexpected combination of human technological innovation and the Xylorians' quantum information processing. Elena proposed a radical solution, a hybrid technological-biological intervention that would stabilize the energy region without disrupting the fundamental quantum networks that sustained the Xylorian civilization. Working together, human scientists and Xylorian quantum engineers began to construct a massive quantum stabilization matrix. It was a complex project that required unprecedented levels of cooperation and mutual understanding. The Xylorians shared insights into their quantum communication methods, revealing a level of information exchange that went far beyond human communication. Elena discovered that they didn't just communicate, they literally shared consciousness, with information flowing between individuals like electrical impulses in a massive, living neural network. Your ability to think independently, Zorax explained, is both your greatest weakness and your greatest strength. We see everything as a collective. You see potential in individual action. The stabilization project took shape over several weeks. The Horizon became a floating laboratory of interspecies collaboration, with human and Xylorian scientists working side by side. They developed a quantum resonance field that could restore the delicate balance of the energy-rich space region. Elena's most significant contribution was a revolutionary algorithm that could predict and mitigate quantum instabilities. It was a breakthrough that combined human mathematical modeling with the Xylorians' intuitive understanding of quantum systems. As the final stages of the project approached, Elena realized they were doing more than just saving the Xylorians. They were developing a new paradigm of interspecies cooperation, a model of survival that transcended individual species limitations. We're not just solving a problem, she told Marcus one evening, watching the quantum stabilization matrix taking shape outside the Horizon's observation deck. We're redefining what it means to survive in the universe. The Xylorian ship began to integrate with the human technology, creating a hybrid system that was neither fully technological nor completely biological. It was something entirely new, a living, adaptive network that could respond to environmental challenges in real time. Zorax communicated a profound thought that resonated deeply with Elena: survival is not about preservation. It's about adaptation. It's about becoming something more than what you were. As the quantum stabilization matrix powered up, the surrounding space began to transform. Energy patterns that had been chaotic and destructive started to align, creating a harmonious quantum ecosystem that could sustain life in its most complex form. The horizon hummed with potential, a testament to what could be achieved when two fundamentally different species chose understanding over conflict. Elena Rodriguez looked out at the changing space around them, knowing they had just written a new chapter in the story of universal survival. The quantum stabilization matrix had transformed more than just the Xylorians' habitat. It had inadvertently created a cosmic beacon that attracted the attention of a threat neither humans nor Xylorians could have anticipated. The first sign came as a distortion in spacetime, a ripple that sent tremors through the horizon's advanced sensor systems. Zorax, the Xylorian communicator, suddenly went silent, its multiple eyes freezing in a pattern of absolute terror. The Void Harvesters, the alien finally communicated, its quantum transmission laden with a fear that transcended individual experience. They hunt networks. They consume entire civilizations. Dr. Elena Rodriguez pulled up the sensor readings, her scientific mind racing to comprehend the incoming data. What appeared on the holographic display was unlike anything in human or Xylorian records, a massive, almost fractal-like entity that seemed to exist simultaneously in multiple dimensions. The Void Harvesters were not a traditional enemy. They were more like a cosmic predator that consumed entire information networks, leaving nothing but empty quantum space in their wake. They didn't just destroy civilizations, they erased their very existence from the fabric of reality. "We're dealing with something that doesn't just kill," Elena explained to Lieutenant Marcus Chen, "but completely removes a civilization's quantum imprint. It's like they're eating information itself." The Xylorians revealed that they had encountered the Void Harvesters before, centuries ago. Their entire civilization had gone into hiding, developing complex quantum camouflage techniques. But the recent stabilization of their habitat had broken their careful concealment. Marcus began working on a defense strategy, combining human tactical thinking with the Xylorians' quantum information processing. "We can't fight them conventionally," he said, pulling up complex projection models. "We need to think differently." Elena's breakthrough came from an unexpected place. The quantum stabilization matrix they had developed wasn't just a technological solution, it was a living, adaptive network. What if they could use it as a weapon? The plan was audacious. They would transform the entire region of space into a massive quantum trap, using the Xylorians' ability to manipulate quantum information and human computational strategies to create a network that could not just defend, but actively counterattack. Zorax and other Xylorian leaders were skeptical. "You propose to turn our entire existence into a weapon," the alien communicated, its quantum patterns reflecting both fear and a strange hope. "Not a weapon," Elena corrected, "but a defense mechanism. A living, adaptive immune system for an entire region of space." As the Void Harvesters approached, the space around the horizon began to change. The quantum stabilization matrix expanded, creating complex interference patterns that defied traditional understanding of physics. It was a network that could think, adapt, and respond in milliseconds. The first contact with the Void Harvesters was unlike any battle in human or Xylorian history. Instead of weapons, they deployed information. Complex quantum algorithms that could disrupt the Harvester's own network. Mathematical sequences that acted like antibodies, identifying and neutralizing the cosmic predators. The battle was fought in dimensions humans could barely comprehend. Quantum information flowed like living water, creating barriers, traps, and counterattacks that were more like complex mathematical equations than traditional warfare. Marcus watched in awe as human-designed computational algorithms merged with Xylorian quantum processing. "We're not just fighting," he said to Elena, "we're communicating on a level beyond language." Hours passed, though time seemed almost meaningless in this quantum battleground. The Void Harvesters pushed against the adaptive network, seeking to consume and erase. But the combined human-Xylorian network pushed back, creating quantum firewalls that absorbed and redirected the cosmic predator's energy. As the final quantum exchanges occurred, Elena realized they were doing more than defending. They were proving something fundamental about survival, that adaptation, cooperation, and innovative thinking could overcome even the most incomprehensible threats. The space around them slowly stabilized. The void harvesters had not been destroyed, but they had been repelled, their network fractured and forced to retreat. Zorax's communication came through, filled with a mixture of relief and wonder. "You did not just save us," the alien transmitted. "You redefined the very nature of survival." The horizon hung in space, a testament to what could be achieved when two fundamentally different species chose to understand rather than fear. In the aftermath of the cosmic confrontation, the horizon became more than just a research vessel. It was now a symbol of a profound interspecies transformation that would reshape understanding across the galaxy. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood on the ship's observation deck, watching as the quantum stabilization matrix continued to pulse with an almost living energy. The Xylorian ship, once on the brink of extinction, now moved in perfect synchronization with the horizon, their technological systems integrated in ways no one could have imagined just weeks before. Zorax, the primary Xylorian communicator, materialized beside her, not physically, but through a quantum projection that was both a communication method and a form of presence. Its multiple eyes shifted in patterns that Elena had learned to read as complex emotional states. "We are no longer separate," Zorax communicated, the thought rippling through Elena's consciousness. "Your species and mine have become something different." The victory against the void harvesters had been more than a military triumph. It was a fundamental reimagining of what survival could mean. The hybrid network they had created, part human computational logic, part Xylorian quantum processing, had become a living entity of its own. Lieutenant Marcus Chen approached, holding a complex holographic display that showed the expanding network of cooperation. "We're receiving transmissions from Earth," he reported. "The scientific community is losing their minds trying to understand what we've accomplished." Elena smiled. Their discovery was more than a scientific breakthrough. It was a new model of existence, a way of understanding that transcended individual species' limitations. The quantum stabilization matrix had revealed something profound. The universe was not just a place of competition, but of potential collaboration. The void harvesters, once seen as an incomprehensible threat, were now understood as part of a larger, more complex cosmic ecosystem. "We didn't just defend," Elena explained to Marcus, "we created a new form of communication. A way of understanding that goes beyond traditional boundaries." The Xylorians had shared knowledge that fundamentally altered human understanding of information, consciousness, and survival. Their ability to exist as a living network, to communicate through quantum entanglement, opened up entirely new fields of scientific exploration. Equally, human computational thinking and individual problem-solving had introduced the Xylorians to new modes of innovation. The combination was transformative, a true synthesis of two entirely different approaches to existence. As they prepared to return to Earth, Elena knew nothing would be the same. The diplomatic and scientific implications were enormous. They had not just made first contact, they had created a blueprint for interspecies cooperation that could potentially transform human understanding of life itself. Zorax's final communication was both a farewell and a beginning. "We are now part of each other's network," the alien transmitted. "Survival is no longer about individual preservation, but collective evolution." The horizon began its journey home, accompanied by the Xylorian ship. But they were no longer two separate vessels. They were a single, adaptive network, a living testament to what could be achieved when two species chose understanding over fear. As Earth grew larger in their view screen, Elena Rodriguez understood that they had done more than explore space. They had expanded the very definition of what it meant to be alive, to survive, to connect. The greatest journey, she realized, was not about conquering new worlds. It was about understanding them.